for me to settle down. As long as I'm still living, I'll keep one hand on the wheel and one hand in the rigging.
Well, we're on the road now, so topic of road food came up yesterday.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now you said that you had done some tours in Texas and New Mexico and never ate at a bad restaurant.
Never had bad food in Texas and Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, that's right, yeah. And there was, and that includes road food.
Even road food, you know, in Texas there's barbecue joints all over. In fact, you might pull into a C-store will have a barbecue restaurant hooked to it. That's great. Or even a guy out in the parking lot, you know, doing
Food truck.
Food truck, yeah.
Oh, be darned.
And so, and you know, every West Texas town has a Dairy Queen.
Right.
And I don't know what it is about West Texas Dairy Queens, but they're just better.
Yeah, right.
They have a Jalisco burger.
But Jalisco's on everything.
Yeah. And yeah, I never had bad food. And some of the best steaks obviously I've ever had have been in Fort Worth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we can't go without mentioning the tour that we took with Big Brother Jim to Burns, Oregon.
Yeah. I came home with a meat coma.
Meat coma. I think we had meat for every meal.
Oh my gosh.
And very few vegetables.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah. They had those chicken fried steak.
Oh yeah, they're in Burns.
In Burns.
Yeah.
And they were like the size of the plate.
The plate was huge, and the chicken fried steak covered the whole plate.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That was
artery clogging gravy.
That was memorable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wintertime is long on the mountain. Snow flies 9 long months a year. But when the warm south wind blows, every cowboy knows spring roundup time is finally here. We call the boys at the Big A double L. Call Mike and Jeff and Jason and the crew. And come the break of dawn, we'll be saddled up and gone. 600 head for the day is through. 'Cause there's nothing like Utah in the springtime. Nothing like the freedom in the air. And there ain't nothing better than dragging calves to the branding fire. And there's nothing like the smell of burning hair.
Uncle Charlie ran the head catch. Uncle Charlie ran the gate. He also pulled the squeeze chute and doubled in his bait. When calving season come around, Uncle Charlie understood that he would calve the heifers and just do the best he could. And everything was running smoothly, till a heifer was distressed. He brought her in to pull the calf, and would do his level best. Down the alley, in the trap, he would capture her with ease, raise the gate, attach the chains, just as pretty as you please. Now it's a fact that calving chores don't always go as planned. So with one chain loop on one calf hoof, and the other o'er his hand, Uncle Charlie prepared to slip the chain and ready to pull the noose, when a butcher steer inside the pen went and knocked the head catch loose. Out she popped and the chain drew taut and tightened round his wrist. She pulled him through the half-closed chute like a lanced sebaceous cyst. Now firmly bound to calf and heifer, Uncle Charlie ran behind, trying to stay on his feet while struggling to unbind the chain that held him captive to this wild and gravid beast. But the mud and poo inside the pen seemed to keep his muck boots greased. So down he went, and off she ran with him swinging in behind, trying to kick her captive loose. With both he and she entwined, they looked like a ski-joring team. In some bovine winter sports, that's when Charlie's pants fell down, and so did his undershorts. A new Olympic sport was born, though a bit rank and smelly, running a mud luge with no sled, naked and on your belly. Well, this just added a whole new degree of difficulty to his plight. So like an anchor on a cargo ship, he dug his heels in tight. Can you imagine doing this in a sloppy calving pen with your pants around your ankles?
No. And I'm wondering about the guy that does imagine this stuff.
He dug his heels in tight and liberated that young calf, launching him like a bullet into Charlie's bare naked lap, with no more need to pull it. Well, the only thought on Charlie's mind brought out an audible laugh. What if his wife found him naked, unconscious, and chained to a calf?
These days pass by like the wind,
There's a little visual for you.
and the boys, they've loaded up and they're heading home. Come this time next year, you better bet they'll be right here until the cattle and the west are dead and gone. 'Cause there's nothing like Utah in the springtime, nothing like the freedom in the air. And there ain't nothing better than dragging calves to the branding fire, and there's nothing like the smell of burning hair. No, nothing like the smell of burning hair. Nothing like northern Utah, Ogden Valley, Huntsville Square in the springtime.